we were at the what can you do part, and he had said one thing that some people can do is remember the space no matter what happens.
Well, yeah, I think the biggest question for everyone coming out here, um, even the people who feel like, okay, this is a hopeless situation. Um, Maybe what can you do? And they're thinking nothing. You can't do anything about what's going on. You can't. Um, People are still asking in the back of their minds and curious. It's why they came out, if not just to see what it looks like now. They're still asking, what can you do, or what can we do? You know, why are we out here? Why did this get organized the way it did? What are we doing? People are asking that for different reasons, or have different ideas in their head when they're asking it. For some, it's what can you do? What can we do if the highway is built? For others, it's what can we do to stop the highway from being built? What can we do to preserve the wetlands as much as possible, just in light of the highway development and maybe future development? What can we do? That question and this kind of activity of bringing people together really sets the stage for any kind of future action, any kind of plans for action. And it's hard, I think, kind of disappointing in a way for a lot of people to hear, okay, well, this is preliminary stuff, or this is planning, or this is organizing. But it takes this organizational work to then come out strong in the end, or come out strong in actions, or sustained efforts. Because while it would be great to have big one-off events that rally everyone together and translate into substantial impact, we can't just have a rally or a weekend event and expect really anything to be different. It'll leave people in the end feeling just as hopeless about the situation. It won't leave people any more connected or working together on this issue. It'll feel like kind of a kind of a farewell rally, or just like
A futile exercise in free speech that makes everybody feel really awesome for about an hour and does absolutely nothing good.
sure, yeah, yeah,
It's like
a
the
gesture.
band's last.
And while it's nice to have a level of like social awareness and social care and compassionate companies here and there, that's not going to keep these kind of things from happening. It's not going to keep a highway from being built through the wetlands. It's not going to change business and development. Yeah, I think it only goes so far right now. As long as people don't have to change their consumer patterns or their mindset about consuming, as long as they can hold on to the pervasive idea in society, right? That you can keep on consuming to no end, as much as you want. You know, more and more and more consumption and growth and expansion is a good thing. Then they're gonna wring their hands about, stuff like this. Maybe, as long as it doesn't affect them personally, and they're being fed. Most people are being fed that idea that, okay, continue to consume at this level, in fact increase it. But they also want to hold on to concern for the environment.
They want to have both.
They want to have both. It's yeah, that is kind of a comforting thing, because you get to avail yourself of guilt, or I'm super layperson on the geography and geology of the area, and I think that's another thing that people builds into kind of an arrogance, is that, okay, I don't know exactly how this works, and so we go through it. Of course, people are smart, and we have the technology. We'll make it work however it is. But there are certain things that do change. You start paving over. You start filling in with concrete. Areas where groundwater runs, from floodplains to wetlands to, river basins, to where, streams and rivers are fed by, and aquifers are fed by, areas like the wetlands. It's, there are effects and impacts. And people feel like, okay, well, it's happened before. So what makes this any different? What says that this is going to be such a bad thing? This one isolated thing.
On the campaign at the college, you started around the same time you started with the Adidas, anti-Adidas sweatshop?
I was actually, I started, it was more low-level stuff, but I've been involved with wetlands things. I feel like a real youngster, surrounded by people who have been involved for decades now. But it's been about 2 years.
Okay, what about like the Sierra Club?
Sierra Club, there was a regional representative who actually was on KKFI with Mike Murphy, and with a few WPO and wetland supporters, Mike Caron, Robbie Wood, and Connie Fitzpatrick. And so and then the Sierra Club representative for like the region out of Manhattan, Kansas, I think. But it seems like Sierra Club largely stepped back with the ruling from the Circuit Court of Appeals. Kind of, this sense of finality there being like, okay, the agents of authority and people in these positions have said it's done, so it's done. And I mean, I think that also set the tone for a lot of people.
I mean,
So,
from what